Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I certainly am. Okay, so what have we got for you on today's episode? I have one clip to watch. It's a clip from Ron Desantis, who in this clip he is saying how he is offering unpoked police officers from around the United States, especially in blue zones, blue areas, $5,000, kind of a golden hello, to come to Florida and work as a police officer in Florida, doing actual police duties instead of what they do in blue states, which is to shut innocent cafe owners down and knock on doors of people who voted for Donald Trump and so on and so on. Okay, you know that there is mandates coming in that is going to really mess up an already overstretched public sector, police officers, emergency response personnel, firefighters and the like. Already low morale as it is, thanks to the defund the police movement and all of the other idiotic left-wing movements designed to cause havoc and destroy anything that could stand in their way. So who knows what's going to happen, but we'll get into this clip. We'll see what he's got to say, though. If you haven't yet, please like the video. If you found it informative, subscribe to the Hoggcast, hit the notification bell, and share the video around. We do have a membership scheme now, which you can join. There's a join button down below, next to the subscribe button, and a link in the comment section. I have, in the description. I have 8 amazing members, and each and every one of them humble me that they value my commentary as much as they do, and if you do, there's that option for you. Anyway, let's go. Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Shot, which is basic.
So, gonna watch the clip. I don't know why it's as low quality as it is. It's from Fox News. I don't really know why it's doing that. So I apologise for the grainy image.
A personal decision. And you're right, what Biden's doing is unconstitutional. He does not have the authority to do this, but
he doesn't have the authority to do most things, but he does it because no one's going to stop him. Nobody stops them.
What it will do on a practical level, in addition to being unconstitutional, in addition to be taking away people's personal choices, is it will wreak havoc in the economy. Because even if a small percentage of these folks end up losing their jobs or voluntarily walking away, you're going to have huge disruptions in medical, in logistics, in law enforcement.
And the thing is, he's correct when he says that, but we're already seeing them. This is the problem. The Biden administration are doing this when there's already a problem, but they know it will cause yet more problems. Now, I don't know why they're so pig-headed. They are so out of touch. They are so extreme. These Democrats, the ones in charge. I don't get it. I don't know why they're doing it, but I know what's going to happen when they do it. But they don't seem to. Or if they do know, they just don't care. I mean, there is already a shortage of police officers, emergency response personnel, and you want to do this to them? I have my own little pet theory. I know we're not allowed to have theories anymore. We're not allowed to have opinions anymore that the overseers disagree with, the Democrat overseers. But whilst I'm still allowed to open my mouth, I will use it. I believe there has been some serious kickbacks from these big companies that are making the pokes. And I think they're pressuring people in high places to get the mandates. I believe they're doing this because they really, it's all about greed. In my opinion, it's about greed. Dr. Fauci is the least trustworthy human being. I'm sure I wanted to make a video about the latest stuff with Fauci, but it is so bad, I can't air it. I'd get shut down. And this is the person that the people in the high places are being consulted by.
And so in Florida, our policy is very clear. We're going to have a special session, and we're going to say nobody should lose their job based off these injections. It's a choice you can make, but we want to make sure we're protecting your jobs and your livelihoods.
Exactly. I mean, these police officers, emergency response personnel, firefighters, A&E types, they should be thanked for the service they've given. They shouldn't be defunded, humiliated, insulted, sidelined, fired, and forced to move to Florida. Well, they're not forced to move there, but if they want to continue working and being unpoked, that's where they'd have to go. What happened to my body, my choice? Oh, let me guess. It's different. That's different with a capital D. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, not only that, but in a situation where there's crime spiking across the country, the president of the police union in Chicago is estimating that 3,200 Chicago police are defying the vaccine, and they will be off the job. That means off the streets.
Good, in my opinion. I don't think it's good that they're going to lose their jobs or good that they're going to be forced into a health decision they didn't want to make for themselves. But I mean, the people of Chicago, which is as blue gets, need to understand that there are consequences to voting for morons. You know, you think that you can just vote for morons, 4 years later you vote for the same Democrat morons, and so on, and you just keep doing it. And then you're like, oh, well, you know, oh, is that Donald Trump's fault? How is it Donald Trump's fault? In the United States, you have a great system. You're just not using it correctly. What I mean by that is, there's no king. A king can't say, let's burn Chicago to the ground, and then everyone has to do it. You know, you have state legislature, you have local law enforcement. Okay, it's not centralised, right? It's decentralised. And for hundreds of years, 200-300 years, it's worked well in the United States. It's only not working well now because you have a very small cabal of cronyists in charge of the United States and people pulling strings behind the scenes that are leading the United States down a trajectory that it never needed to go down.
What is that doing to the American people and their feeling of safety? It's very concerning.
I'm really sorry about the quality of this image. I don't know why it's so low. I've tried to fix it. I don't know why, but it is.
Concerning. Your thoughts on where this is going? I mean, is he just trying to insist that this is a law so that companies follow before it could actually be, you know, abdicated and confirmed to be unconstitutional?
Well, first, I think it's important to point out, on a scientific basis, most of those first responders have had COVID and have recovered. So they have strong protection.
You see, this is what I mean. No matter if you've had it and recovered, they want you to get it. They want you to get the poke anyway. There's no sense in that. And if the poke works so well, and you want it, why don't you get it and I not? Because if you get it, and then your first booster, your second booster, your third booster, and I think we're on to the fourth or fifth booster now, aren't we? Depending on which country you're in. You have your 6 million boosters. The you-know-what organisations who make them are just making such a ridiculous amount of profit. Is there any reason why there's a 7th, an 8th, a 9th, a 10th booster, and it just never ends? Power and profit. The power comes from the cronyist, elitist governments, and the profit comes from these big pharmaceutical companies. Power and profit, and they're now intertwined together. They're in bed together. That's a recipe for disaster. What offspring are they going to produce? Power and privilege. Sorry, power and profit. What are they going to produce? What's the offspring of that? Maybe it is privilege. Who knows? But if your product is as good as you say it is, why can't you get it and me not? Because then you're protected, aren't you?
And so I think that influences their decision on a lot of this, that they have already had it and recovered. And so they're making no accommodations for that. They're still pretending like that doesn't even exist. And so that's really, really troubling when you see that. But I can tell you, Maria, in Florida, not only are we going to want to protect the law enforcement and all the jobs, we're actually actively working to recruit out-of-state law enforcement because we do have needs in our police and our sheriff's departments. So in the next legislative session, I'm going to hopefully sign legislation that gives a $5,000 bonus to any out-of-state law enforcement that relocates in Florida. So NYPD, Minneapolis, Seattle, if you're not being treated well, we'll treat you better here. You can fill important needs for us, and we'll compensate you as a result.
That is true leadership. Now, I think I said it in the beginning, and I'll say it again. This man, Ron DeSantis, just like Donald Trump, he needs your help. He's going to need your help. He's going to need your protection, because powerful vested interests are going to try and come down on him like a ton of bricks. You saw what they did to the God Emperor Donald Trump. You saw what they tried to do. They're trying to break him still. They're trying to destroy him. They're trying to destroy Trump's family. They're trying to destroy his business. They're trying to get banks to not take his money anymore. They want him dead, gone, destroyed, finished. His children, his children's children. That's the tolerance of the left. That's the woke brigade for you. That's the peace people. That's what they do. That's how they fight, down in the dirt, where they belong. He's going to need your help, because they'll try and destroy him. And you need to start backing him up. You need to start helping him, because there's fewer and fewer people willing to stick their head above the parapet. But Ron DeSantis is one. And you see how refreshing this is. He's going to offer them $5,000 to relocate to a red state, to a good state, where cost of living is lower, depending on where you live, than a lot of places like New York, Los Angeles, Seattle, Portland, and so on and so on. And of course you have a sensible local government and state government. And it's Florida! Miami Beach! What more do you need? I'd love to live there if I could. If I had my time again. I keep saying it, I would move to the United States, but is what it is, isn't it? Anyway, look, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't yet, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share the video around. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.